Hey there, this is Emma Lockard, licensed real estate agent with Nebraska Realty.
And John Greiner, licensed mortgage broker with USA Mortgage.
So we're here today to dispel some doubts and myths that home buyers have. I have a list of questions that I brought to John today to focus on the lending side of the home buying process that my home buyer clients have presented to me. So my first question is, what are the best ways to prep for speaking with a lender?
So when you go talk to a lender, you're going to want to know one of three questions. One, how much do you want to spend? How much do you have set aside to spend? Or roughly, what do you want your payment to look like? And once we have one of those questions answered, we can kind of fill in the rest of the information and give you an idea of what your loan's looking like.
Okay, great. So then looking at having funds to buy a home, should you not pay off any credit cards or large debts? Should you just make the minimum payments so that you're able to buy a house?
So it depends really on your situation. This is really going to be something that would be person to person, but a lot of times getting yourself into a situation where you're building equity in a home and saving that money is going to do you a lot of benefit in the long run, and then also you can eventually pay that stuff down over time. But it is a situational question, a great thing to talk to family, financial advisor. You can talk with your lender about it, and then just reflect honestly with yourself and make the decision as to what you feel most comfortable with.
Okay. So when you're doing the pre-approval process, what do you assess?
So with a pre-approval, we'll look at your income, we'll look at your work history, we'll take a look at how much money you have set aside for down payment and closing, and we'll also take a look at your credit score, and with that credit score, we'll get an idea of your debt to income ratio. So with those pieces of information, we'll be able to figure out roughly what you'd be able to afford and give your realtor an idea of your payment and what your parameters are for your loan, and then hopefully find you what fits your needs.
Okay. So when you're looking at income and work history, how does overtime pay and part-time work income get included?
So depending on the loan program, it might be a little bit different, but generally speaking, they'll look at 2-year history for your overtime as well as for your part-time work. So if you've done that role for 2 years at some level of consistency, they'll likely be able to gross up your average monthly income by some amount, but it really will depend on those numbers and those figures. So.
Okay. So people have told me, when I'm meeting with buyers, I tell them their first step, if they haven't done so already, is getting that pre-approval so we know what they can afford. But I've had a few tell me that they're afraid to fill out the loan application because a pre-approval is a hit to your credit, whereas some have, applied with several, and then how does that reflect on someone's credit score?
Yeah, so when you do get an actual pre-approval, you will have to take a hard inquiry, and that will take a hit to your score. Fortunately, the government put in place some rules which allow your score to be pulled, or your credit to be pulled multiple times by different lenders within a 30-day period, so that you can shop around and have the benefit to find who can offer you the best terms or who you like working with the most, and really compare lenders and shop. So if you're getting a pre-approval, it will be a hard inquiry. There are other things where they do a soft inquiry, but generally those figures might change when you take a hard inquiry for an actual pre-approval.
Okay, that's really good to know. So then thinking about credit score, do you have to have a 620, or is there some wiggle room depending on the loan type?
Yeah, definitely. Depending on the loan type and also the lender that you're talking to. So USA Mortgage has a laundry list of products that we can take advantage of that are below the 620 credit score and allow you to get into a home. So really just going to depend on what their product line looks like, but definitely do not need to be above a 620 as a requirement.
Okay, good. So thanks for taking the time to answer my questions, or my buyers' questions today. If you have any burning questions that we didn't get to in this video, feel free to post it below in the comments. You can also send a direct message. I'll also put our contact information in the video description, our email and phone number. So we're here at your disposal to help you answer any of those questions and get you into a home. Thanks for watching.